Well, welcome everyone to an early edition of the Rocker Skating Podcast preview. And we have Skate America this week. And the reason we're here with you early is because Wednesday is going to be travel day for both Michelle and me. Hi, Michelle.
Yeah. Hi Jackie. My travel day starts in a couple hours.
I
I'm
know
leaving
you got,
on 11 p.m. red eye.
oh my
So
God.
I could be in Japan for all the time I'm spending on the
You
road
really
getting to
could.
Skate America. But
It would take you shorter to get to Japan.
yeah, especially from the West Coast. I could
Yeah.
probably get a direct flight from San Francisco.
Like you could be in Tokyo and like in your hotel and you would still be driving up to Lake Placid.
I want to go to Tokyo. I've been to Lake Placid plenty of times.
I know.
I'm going to eat my way through Tokyo.
Oh, I'm so excited about December. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, before we get to December, we're still in November. And Michelle, before we start, you have an errata that you want to correct from
Yeah, I have a small
podcast.
correction to make. We were kind of just speculating and, throwing ideas at the wall about the choreographic character step in the free dance, which is just not great a lot of the times. And I suggested that it be made optional. Like you could do three choreographic elements and that'll be one of them. That is the rule. Mark Hanratty corrected me. Thanks, Mark. That is the rule. You can not do a choreographic character step. It's an option. You don't have to do it. And yet everyone does it. And I went through the free dance at Worlds last year. 20 out of 20 teams did it. So any ice dancers listening, I dare you to leave that out. And if you do, I will respect you.
Oh, I
Let's
thought you
be
were
the
gonna.
change we need to see in the world.
I thought you were gonna give them $500 or something, or like
I mean, I would,
pay for their copyright license.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll see. I'll do the legal work on it for you. But,
They'll skate to Phil Collins, and you have
oh,
to
God.
pay $50,000.
I'll reach out to Lily. I'll be like, hey, you need to like call your dad and assuage this. Figure
She's
this out.
too busy with Emily in Rome or wherever she is now.
Well, I'm going to be in Milan in a few months, so I'll just go find her.
Emily in Milan. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. All right, let's get to Skate America, which is this week in Lake Placid. And it is one of those 3-day events. So Friday night, Saturday all day, and then Sunday afternoon will be the 3 days. So for those of us who are in person, it'll feel like a marathon. This is my first. That's true. It's my first event of the season live. Same with you, right,
No,
Michelle?
you were John Nix.
Oh, it's true. That kind of didn't matter because it's like literally 30 minutes away from me, and I was only there for the short program, and it was just pairs, so I didn't count that one.
Okay. Yeah, this is my first of the season, too.
Just so everyone is aware, Michelle Ellis. If you have not heard the spiel, Michelle Ellis is the behind the scenes guru for has been for a number of years, from back in the ABC ESPN days, and so this is Michelle and I are at competitions very often together, and oftentimes sitting with each other at practices, gossiping about things. So things that you will not hear on this podcast, because that's kind of the things that we do.
Yeah, and if you ever are listening to Jackie comment on practice, just know that I'm annoyed because he's there with Jean-Luc doing commentary for you to listen to and not sitting with me chatting.
Also
So,
true. Also true. Yes. So that is a thing for folks. We are finishing up our scheduling for this week. John Luke Baker will be hosting the practices again this week. I believe it will be Thursday and Friday practices. They will be live on Peacock. I will join for likely some or all of the singles events. We're still trying to figure out scheduling. So I'm there where I'm worthwhile, and where I'm not worthwhile is dance. So I'm gonna let John Luke do his own thing there.
just provide moral support.
Yeah. They're like, John Luke, can you just tell me about all these things? Because
Yeah.
I'd rather people listen to you than to me. Okay, let's start with the pairs. I really should have, that would have been a great segue to dance, but let's start with the pairs.
Yes, please.
Pairs is I love this matchup because this could very well be the matchup that we'll see for Olympic gold. I mean, there are obviously lots of matchups for Olympic gold that we can talk about, but this one right now, these two, Mira Kihara, Metelkina Barulova, are the two top scoring pairs of the season so far. And they are the ones who are coming hot, and they are going to be fighting it out for both bragging rights going into the Grand Prix final and also the Grand Prix final.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see both of them. I don't know what's going to happen, but
Yeah,
I do know that Mira and Kihara are probably going to win on components, but we'll see who like lands their stuff cleanly and see what happens.
yeah, yeah. I
I'm
mean, go ahead.
I would say I'm really excited about the very late addition of the Armenian team Karina Akapova and Nikita Rachmanin.
Two late editions, really, with them
Oh
and with
yeah,
Chen and Hao.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I know Chen and Hao fortunately can just drive in, so I assume from Boston. So they have a little bit less of a grueling travel journey, but we'll see if we all get up the mountain in the snow.
I mean, speaking of Japan, they were just in Osaka doing NHK trophies, so they kind
Yeah,
of like driving in from Osaka.
yeah.
Um, but there was some speculation about what happened because we
Mm,
all were under the assumption that Audrey Shin, Balaj, Naj were coming in for Skate America, and from what I was hearing, what ended up happening was Shin and Naj were basically there as placeholders
mm,
if Chan and Hao ended up getting a second Grand Prix spot. If they didn't get the second Grand Prix spot, then they would substitute in for them. So Shin and Naj knew this, and like they were very much aware of the fact that it was a toss up because it basically came down to whether or not we saw more withdrawals, and just so happens the withdrawals happen for Skate America rather than anything else. So that kind of didn't matter. So that's what ended up happening. Shin and Naj had a Grand Prix assignment earlier on, and this would have been their second. And so Plazas Fernandez and Flores and Wang are here for their first Grand Prix assignment of the season. So that's what happened. But yeah, agreed. I think Mira Kihara. I think I slightly lean toward them winning this thing,
mm-hmm.
but you never know. I will be looking for Luka Barulova's feet and how stable they are with the lifts.
He's
But
at altitude too. It's not
yeah,
Colorado Springs altitude, but it's a little altitude.
exactly. Um, but I do think third is going to be a fight. It's going to
Hmm.
be Akapova and Rachmanin, Chan and Hao, and the potential of a Hake Kunkel,
Yeah.
who, if they skate well, they can be up there. They won Skate America a long time ago,
Hmm.
and like they have had success in a long time ago, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They have had success in the Grand Prix before. They've been more inconsistent than they would like, but if they can get it there, get it together, they've got a shot
Hmm.
at the bronze too. So be an interesting one. But interesting as always is we are, to your point, going to Lake Placid. And the last time we were in Lake Placid,
Oh God.
skating fans, some of you, if you've been with us for us as in the skating community, not us as in the Rocker
Two
Skating
Olympic
Podcast.
cycles.
Yeah, if you've been with us for the last 6 or 7 years, you will
Hmm.
know about Skate America at Lake Placid and the trauma
Hmm.
that we all have taken away from. I mean, we talked about this in the podcast last week, or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Um, Adam Rippon dislocated his shoulder. Daniel Samohin dislocated his
Yeah.
shoulder. Ashley
Ashley Wagner had her
Wagner
foot infection and she had to
uh,
withdraw mid free skate.
had a foot infection, and that like derailed most of her season. there were people were picking off flies off the floor of the off the ice, and it was just like it was so cold that the flies were
Mm-hmm.
dying, and they were. It was a lot. There was a lot of stuff
Mm-hmm.
happening. I'm sure I'm missing other things, but those were the ones that.
I remember Polina Surskaya was there, and that was the one time I ever got to see her skate in person. And she just was this beautiful swan, and she had this beautiful energy. And even walking around backstage, she was just had this aura. And I was like, God, she's so good. And then I don't think we like ever saw her again. She had injuries and stuff, and just added to the pile of Russian women my heart broke over. But and Satoko did Madame Butterfly there, and had this gorgeous free skate.
Yeah,
This is the
2017. Can you believe?
big, yeah, breakthrough of Brady Tennell,
And you know who won dance that year?
Shibutanis.
The Shibutanis.
I was at 2009 Skate America in Lake Placid, and at that event, Andre Lutai, Russian men's skater, stole a
Oh,
car
right.
and was arrested for stealing a car and driving while drunk, and then his team left and left him behind in the Lake Placid prison.
It's probably a jail, not a prison, but
Yeah, that's true.
uh, but but yes, Lake Placid Skate Americas have lore.
Yeah,
At
they
some
do.
point, our friends at the Run Through podcast will do a Skate America and Lake Placid lore episode. I am sure because they both
I mean, not
experienced
even
it. We all
Skate
experienced it.
America and Lake Placid, like just Lake Placid itself, like famous skating town. Tons of things have happened there.
Okay, this is besides the point, but just so everybody knows, Lake Placid holds a special place in figure skaters'
Hmm.
nightmares.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the men.
Okay. No Elia. First Skate America without Elia in years.
Yeah, usually, I mean, for folks who are not familiar, usually what happens is the U.S. champions get basically first dibs at Skate America as the headliner. And so we don't have Ilya here. We don't have Amber Glenn here, who we remember like Amber Glenn was the champion, the U.S. champion. Um, we don't have Efimova Mitrofanov here either. So the only U.S. champions that are here are Chalk and Bates. And so for the men, it's a crapshoot. I
Yeah.
was trying to make predictions earlier today, and I was just like, I don't know. Shidorov looks like he's probably the odds-on, like on paper favorite, but
Or Grassel. I mean, depending on how strict the collar is.
or
We get to see
Grosso.
The Pope being named in person.
The Pope is dead. Can you
Yeah.
imagine starting your program with the Pope is dead?
And then a Pope striptease moment. A papal striptease.
Please no. So Shidorov, Grosso, Kevin Amos, if he's figured out his stuff over the last couple of
Kevin
weeks,
Amos loves Skate
he
America.
does.
I
He
want him
does.
to win. He's gonna show up reborn.
The Pope is the Pope is dead.
I am so excited to see Litvintsev in
Of
person.
course you are.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let's go.
Can you get a selfie and make sure that we do?
I should probably shouldn't.
It has to be in the costume though.
I'll get my credential pulled.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so all of that, and then there's Jason Brown, who
Hmm.
has actually had a pretty decent fall season. It's not been brilliant or flashy, but it's been solid, and he's had now another month to train before he does this back-to-back Grand Prix. So you have to believe that he's coming in fitter, more conditioned, and hopefully landing those triple axels with more consistency.
Hmm.
And if he puts down two clean programs, he's up there. Kazuki Tomono has something to prove. Nikolai Memola has something to prove. Tatsuya Suboi has something to prove. Everybody has something to prove. So I think it is, for me, a battle among six men for the podium, and potential for other surprises, because We know how the menning works.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Kazuki Tomono's Sophie Tucker short program in
Yes.
person too.
So
That's going to
good.
be fun.
Yeah. It's lovely. Okay, that's the men. Let's go to dance. I think dance for me is less about who wins and loses, but also more, actually, more about how everything stacks up for the Grand Prix final.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
first year in a long time, I feel like, if ever at all. Like, I feel like every single season, the Grand Prix final finalists are the three teams who win two
Hmm.
Grand Prix, and then the three teams who get second in two Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And there have been so much just like clumping up at the top lately that is no longer about three teams. It is about five or six teams that are all sort of in the mix for something.
Well, I
Eh,
feel like it's kind of like there's one team and then there's five or six other teams.
True. Here it is for sure. But
Yeah.
like you know, like if you think about Grand Prix de France, right? Like it was
Hmm.
Fournier Baudry, Cicerone,
Hmm.
and Fear Gibson, and we thought it was going to also be
Hmm.
Guignard Fabry, and then they got dropped. But you know, there's a little bit more of that going on this time around. And
Yeah.
then next week, right? Next week you have Fournier Baudry, Cicerone. You got
Hmm.
Gilles Poirier,
Gillis
like
Poirier against them.
exactly. So
Hmm.
so there's so much of this sort of like um, sort of unexpected battling amongst the top three or four teams, whether it's for the first place spot or for the second place spot,
Hmm.
that it has really shaken up who potentially gets to the final. And you know, Reed and Umbrelevicius, I got that wrong, I'm sure. Again, um, I will listen to his interview and
Hmm.
get it right. Um, they with a silver and a bronze actually have a very good chance to qualify,
Hmm.
and a lot depends on who ends up second here and
Yeah.
what they score.
Yeah. I mean, I think Lo Pareva Brissot, La Joie Laga, and Carrera Panmerico could all be second. And we
Yes.
don't really know what's going to happen until we
Yep.
get there and they skate.
Yep.
Yeah, be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm also excited to see if chalk baits have made any changes to their program
Oh,
since Cup
you
of
bet
China.
they
They
have.
always are
You
doing
bet they
stuff.
have.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
There's no way they haven't. Like this
Hmm.
is one of the reasons why Chalk and Bates tend to have their scores escalate over the season is that
Hmm.
they are always tinkering and they're always getting the feedback and they don't get
Hmm.
it until the Grand Prix because they're
Hmm.
not doing Challenger Series events anymore.
Yeah.
They're trying to just like save themselves from competing too much. So this will be I agree with you. I think interested to see what kind of changes they've made. You know some of those like that choreographic assisted jump is gonna get honed in. You know
Yeah.
that straight line lift is gonna get tinkered with. Like all of those things that they didn't get the proper levels for,
Hmm.
they're gonna
Yeah.
go there. So yeah, it's Chalk and Bates heavy favorites, and then a big battle for silver and levels will count a lot
Hmm.
here. Okay, let's talk about the women.
Hold your rocker.
Hold, hold my rocker.
Hmm.
Um, the women. Alyssa Liu, now that she has a Grand Prix medal, is trying to win a Grand Prix title for the first time,
Yeah.
and I think she's got a pretty good shot.
I think she's going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like this field is interesting because it's very deep in a lot of ways. It's very deep in sort of um, like decoration in terms of the achievements that a lot of these
Yeah.
skaters have had, but it's also very it's a little bit menish in the sense
Hmm.
of like there's a lot of volatility here,
Yeah.
and you could potentially see a lot of movement.
Yeah.
You have Wakaba Higuchi who won this last year, who is not
Hmm.
who's got a foot injury and is not skating that
Yeah.
well yet. Rinka Watanabe is like sometimes she scores a 160 and sometimes she scores a 200 and you don't know what she's
Yeah.
going to do. Hey and Lee, you under rotations or not? Cheon Kim, is she
Yeah.
back? I think Alyssa and um, Nasya Gubanova are the only ones
Hmm.
who feel the most potentially consistent at this point out of this group.
I want to add Lara Naki Gutman to the list.
How
She's had a
can I
good season.
forget? How can I forget Laura Naki? She's gonna bite my head off.
Yeah. Friend of the pod.
I know, friend of the pod. Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura Naki Goodman. I mean, I had her third in my rankings. So
Hmm.
like it's there. There's a lot that could happen here, and I think for some skaters, this competition is very important. Like,
Hmm.
if I were a Hana Yoshida, or a Wakaba Higuchi, I would want to have a pretty good skate here because this will be the last skate likely before Japan Nationals, and you want to have that momentum going in.
I mean, we talked about 2017 Skate America in Lake Placid. That's what Cowrie did. She showed up at Skate America and she won the silver medal and completely changed the discourse around who was going to make the team. She
Yeah,
got on it.
yeah. It's there's a lot to be said about what kind of all of the implications of these like late Grand Prix are, right?
Hmm.
In addition um, to the actual medals themselves and like the Grand Prix final implications, like the implications on nationals is big. Don't forget also about Brady Tennell, the
Yeah.
being the bronze medalist that same year,
Hmm.
and it was kind of the first time everybody was like, "Oh, maybe Brady has a shot at the Olympic team," and then she ended up getting on there, right? So
Winning nationals.
yeah, so a lot to watch here at this competition, not just for the competition itself, but for the storylines that are continued to be
Hmm.
formed based on the results here. So okay, we
Yeah.
know it's going to be snowing in Lake Placid.
Yeah. I got an email from my production manager today and she was like, there is snow on the ground. And then she wrote in capital letters, bring boots, gloves. So good
My
luck getting
mom,
up the mountain.
I know my mom would be like, "Get the snow tires," and be like,
Yeah.
"Mom, you've never driven in the snow, so you don't
Yeah.
actually understand what that means."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be like heavy snowing there, but I don't know. Wish us luck, folks.
We'll need it.
And a shout out to our friends at the run through. I think they're all sold out already, but they are having a
Yeah.
couple of live shows in Lake Placid. And our resident, no, I'm not going to say it. No, okay.
Mm-mm. You don't know
And
anything.
I don't know anything about anything, so I can't say anything about anything.
Yeah.
That's a hint, I guess.
It's going to be cold in Lake Placid.
It's going to be cold in Lake
It's going to be
Placid,
cold.
and make sure you, if you can finagle some tickets for the run through podcast, you should.
Yeah. Go see them.
All right. Well, Michelle, have a great flight tonight.
Oh God. Thanks. I
Enjoy
almost
your
forgot I
red
had to
eye.
go on it.
Yeah, enjoy your red
Have a
eye.
safe have a safe drive. Are you coming up tomorrow?
I am. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will be heading out around noon, so I don't drive in the dark too much.
Mm.
Fun times. All right. Well, for Michelle Ellis, the intrepid flyer, red eye flyer, this is Jackie Wong, chief skate nerd and driver of rockerskating.com. And well, I'm sure we'll talk to you in Lake Placid. We'll see you again soon. Bye.